Hello, everybody. Welcome to your favorite 4:30 Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast 3D printing YouTube show. My name is Glenn.
I'm Zachary.
And we are Fun King 3D. And of course, with us, as always, is my brother from another mother, James of Print and Play.
Hey, everybody.
That's such an exciting intro. So, 4:30, nobody's here. So, like, everybody was like, oh, forget it. In fact, we were at 11 watching. As soon as the intro went, we went down to 9 watching.
Is anybody else streaming right now? I haven't checked.
I don't know. Well, I mean, if they are, it's still our normal time frame. So we just got a little later start.
We just had to do a competition.
It looks like Poppy Run was first today, so he wins the big prize of getting to be first. Tom Elrod is here. Alan Osborne, SPC3D. Robbie Mack is in the house. Fred Greer, Ollie, and Nadav are here. So listen, I want everybody right now to know that the most important people that watch this show are you guys who show up first and those of you who watch the replay. Think about that for a minute, because nobody else is ever going to know that I said that.
Yeah, so if you're not watching this live, if you're not watching this in a replay, you're a bad person. That's there was a comedian that used to do a bit, and he would say, "You know what? People that only speak French and don't speak English, I hate you all. You're terrible people." And it's like, but guess what? If you understood what I just said, you're not affected by that.
Bob S wants to know what you're building today, so I will give everybody a
thingy.
close up. These boxes have so much glare. So it's the same brand, the Vex Robotics, and it looks like some type of.
I think it's called the thingy thing.
The thingy thing.
Yeah, the thingy.
Yeah. It looks like a rover of some. Yeah, it's a rover. It's a rover explorer.
Wait,
so does that mean that they use this to explore other rovers?
Oh, I thought it was the thingy thing. I'm calling it the thingy thing. I give everything weird names.
All right. Well, you just sit and build.
Nadav would like to let you know that if you drop me, you'll get more viewers.
What's that?
Nadav would like you to know that if you drop me, you'll get more viewers.
Oh.
I'm installing a desk mod today. I've got so here's the thing. Every time I go to film, I have to take my keyboard and mouse and everything off of the top of the desk, which is already like the desk that I'm working at is already standing height more or less. So every time I go to film, I have to take this stuff off the desk, tuck it underneath, and then put it back on when I'm done, or if I have to cut between filming or whatever. So I just bought a clip-on under the desk keyboard tray. So I'm going to install that on this today, which you guys won't see much of anyways because the camera doesn't show that.
Because you'll be up under the desk.
Okay, here we go.
I'm pretty sure we'll get flagged by YouTube if I try to film anything under the desk.
So I spent Friday night from about 10 after 4 until about 10:30 at night in the garage working on cars, and then back in there right away Saturday morning, and I spent pretty much all of yesterday working on cars, and then I was back in there today cleaning.
But not working on cars?
I'm working on some cars.
No.
All that work on cars must really drive you crazy.
It's actually it was quite a fun and relaxing weekend, even though everything that I did was insanely intense and painful. In fact, I don't know if you guys can see, but I mean, my hands are just shredded from jamming my hands into places that were made for very small Japanese hands.
Looks like you have multiple owies.
What's that?
It looks like you have multiple owies.
Yes, definitely multiple owies. So, in fact, I had to put a Band-Aid on my wrist because I am cut in one spot that my watch pushes on, but I don't like to not wear my watch. So, but it was a productive weekend. I did spark plugs on both the Nissan Maxima and the Ford Flex, which you have to take the upper intake plenum off of to do that, which took about 3.5 hours worth on the Nissan, and it took like an hour on the Ford. So it was much better on the Ford.
I ordered something really stupid yesterday that I have a project planned for, but like it's like it's a project that doesn't need to be done, but I also feel like it kind of had to. So occasionally I get AliExpress pop-up ads because I do a lot of shopping on AliExpress. And an ad pops up for a brand new 4-inch super thin CRT screen. And it's only black and white. So apparently they're manufactured by Sony and Fujitsu for a specific type of device, and there's like an abundance of them left.
It's a CRT?
Yes. And the tube, instead of coming off the back, it comes up from underneath, and then there's like a reflective surface or whatever. So it's a CRT image, but they've engineered so it's only like this thick. But
weird.
Very long. It's like 8 inches long. So I saw that and immediately thought, I'm going to order one of those. I'm going to build a steampunk themed Game Boy with the idea of like, this is what a Game Boy would look like if we never got LCD technology. So
I wonder, what is the total size of the screen?
Like, so the entire assembly is like just over 8 inches long, I think. And I don't know how big it is width-wise, but like,
I'm wondering how it would do for a Pip Boy.
I mean, it would be pretty massive. It's like like strapping the depth of the depth of something you printed on the Prusa onto your wrist. So it's like, as a proof of concept or whatever, as like a display device, it would probably be fine. But
interesting. Well, that sounds fun. Yeah, I went on to AliExpress because, like, sometime back, well, way back, over a year ago, I had ordered some LCD screens for the Raspberry Pi.
Yep.
And they never showed up. And I did finally get refunded, and the seller was like, well, they're still going to show up. So when they show up, please just repay me for them. Well, they never showed up.
I think I told you that story, right? Like we had stuff that didn't show up, and then they messaged me and they're like, you're getting your refund, but fair is fair. Give us the money when the items show up. And I was like, on one hand, yes, I agree with you. But on the other hand, it had a 60-day guarantee, and we're at day 70 now. So if I bought something with time sensitivity in mind, because you guys are guaranteeing it'll be delivered in X number of days.
Yeah, well, I'm on like day 400. So I don't think they're going to get here. I mean, like if you pulled the tracking on it, it said returned to sender. And the guy's like, no, you're still going to get it. And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
I think you got it.
Yeah, I think you got it back and you want to keep my money. So, but, I mean, I tried to work with him, whatever. But so I went on to order some more, and I don't know, like, it's like I find the product and I'm like, yeah, that's the one I'm going to order. And then I just never go through with it. If it can't be here in 2 days, it's like I just don't even want to deal with it.
One of the snags I run into is definitely the fact that I'll have an idea for a project. I'll go on AliExpress, I'll find the parts and order them. And then by the time they show up, I'm not interested in the project anymore. I've just flat out forgotten what I was planning to do with it.
Yeah, you forget what the project was.
The other thing I'm horrible for too is because stuff is so cheap on there. I'll know I've got that particular item somewhere, but it's only 50 cents or 60 cents, so I just order it again. Like, I know I got it somewhere in one of my drawers, but I'm not going to work on this for a while anyways. I don't feel like going hunting. Kate hates me for that too, because I'll do that if something is cheap on Amazon too. It's like, I need this specific bit for my screwdriver. I know I've got one somewhere, but it's $3. So I'll just tack it onto the order that we're getting tomorrow, and then I don't have to go find it.
Well, I have to give I got to give props to Rock Auto. When we got done with the stream last Sunday, I went and ordered just an absolute ton of stuff. And so on Sunday, I placed the order Sunday night, and it was all to my house by Thursday. So that's pretty good. And it came FedEx, and so I will give some props to FedEx. They didn't break anything. The boxes were pretty beat, but on Thursday I had 3 boxes show up, 2 that were about 50 pounds and 1 that was 30 pounds. And so I heard the FedEx guy pull up out front, and so I was in the garage, and I went running out there, and he had actually parked at the street. Like, he didn't even pull into the driveway. So I went out there and I said, well, being that those boxes are so heavy, why don't you drive around the corner and we'll unload them in the driveway? And he's like, whatever makes my job easier. So he pulled around and carried them into the garage for me, which is where they were going to end up anyway. So
sounds like a win-win.
Mark said, James makes it on time. I'm late. Karma. That's right. But no, it was a good weekend. I didn't run into any major problems. Like, I didn't break off any bolts in the engine, or I didn't lose any parts. I didn't have parts left over other than the parts that I replaced. But
you didn't Zackify it?
No, I did not Zackify it.
What?
Having parts left over. Because last week when you built your thing, you had parts left
yeah.
over. So
they're extra, I believe is what you said.
Yeah. So I went to change the transmission fluid in the Flex. It has now 115,000 miles on it. And it's got a non-serviceable filter, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. So I warm the car up, I get it up in the air, put the pan underneath it, I pull the plug, and I panic because I thought I pulled something wrong because it looked like motor oil coming out of there. That fluid was brown. I'm like, oh, that's not good. And then I thought to myself, man, somebody should have changed this at some point. And then I realized that somebody would have been me. We bought the car with 35,000 miles on it.
No one to blame but yourself.
Shame on me. But it does sift better now, so.
I need to get my stuff organized.
Definitely both cars are running better. Now, the Nissan did throw another check engine light today for Bank 1 running lean, which when I looked it up said that it could have a vacuum leak, which I did unplug and replug a lot of vacuum hoses. So I don't know if I missed one or if one was just cracked or loose, or I kind of poked at it today. So we'll see if that light comes back on.
Well, unfortunately, that's kind of one of the risks you take when you take apart and put stuff back together like that, right? Is that...
Yeah, I always cringe anytime you have to take apart anything in the interior of the car.
Oh, yeah. You know you're losing at least a quarter of those clips.
Well, and then when you put it back together, it always rattles. And I hate rattles in the car. So, but that Maxima, it's stock 275 horsepower. And it was pretty peppy before, but now with new plugs, it's like ridiculously peppy. It needs to be all-wheel drive, though.
Why? Where are you, in Canada?
No, but if I punch it from a dead spot, I mean, being that it's front-wheel drive, it just spins the tires. Our Flex is all-wheel drive, and I bought it that way. Well, okay, I bought it that way for safety in the rain. I bought it that way for better traction. So that thing already looks really cool. Is that suspension? Does it work? Wow, check that out.
Is it
actually it's like got functional suspension in it. You could send this to Mars.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't make it there, but you could try.
I could go outside and throw it really hard. I mean, what's 300 million miles amongst friends?
I can't find any of the drivers for my screwdriver sets. I have almost all the pieces, but not the one that's crucial. So I'm using the extension bit right now because it's kind of grippy up here. So I was kind of like, I got to get organized. This is ridiculous.
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, I had a couple ideas for projects that I was going to work on today, and then all of a sudden today I couldn't remember what they were, so I guess they weren't that important. So instead, I'll read the very slow rolling chat, and I'll just tell cute stories.
My keyboard tray is almost installed.
Don't tell any jokes.
Don't tell any jokes, but my jokes are the best jokes.
Hey, Glenn.
Sure.
Oh, you might have already read this one because I put it on Twitter. How do you know if a joke is a dad joke?
I did read that. Something to being apparent.
When the punchline is apparent.
When the punchline is apparent. Yes, I did read. I read your tweets, man. I don't always reply to them or like them, but I do read them.
I can't 100% say that I read everybody's or anybody's tweets 100% of the time because Twitter moves very fast.
Well, not only that, but it puts it up in like a really weird order. And I really hate, like, when you're scrolling Twitter and you see something that catches your attention, like, and just as you're focusing to read it, it like refreshes and that tweet's gone.
I hate that.
It's like, but I wanted to see that one. Ah, such is life. Seem to be doing pretty good with that today. Yeah, I didn't know that Zach was going to stream with us today, and I came over here to turn on all the lights, and he already had his project set up. And
I've been waiting for too long.
too long. You couldn't have been waiting more than a week.
This tray works okay. My only issue with it is that so it's got two metal brackets that clip onto the front of the desk like this.
Okay.
And then they hook down underneath, and then you screw that into the plastic tray, and the plastic tray has the sliders. And the problem is the plastic sliders only encompass this much of each side of the tray. So I can like pull one side out almost completely with like one corner out and leave the other corner in. Like it doesn't guarantee it comes out square.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to pull it with two hands.
Yeah. But it's also got enough play that I don't think it's going to damage anything if I accidentally do it the other way. It's just, I don't know, annoying. What's the keyword, the code word we have for annoying on the channel, Zach?
What?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I came in Friday night from the garage about 10:30, got cleaned up, and Friday nights are the night that Zach and I go down to the local Wawa to get treats. And so I came in and I said to him, I said, oh man, we didn't go to the treat store. And so then I came back in a few minutes later and I said, let's go to the treat store. I need to test drive the car anyway. I said, I had half the motor pulled off, pulled apart. So, and then he's like, well, I don't really want to go then. And I'm like, why? And he goes, well, if you had half the motor pulled apart. And I said, oh, well, then you don't want to ride in any car that we own. I mean, if you're going to break down, why not break down at, 11 o'clock at night?
That makes sense. So did you go or you didn't go?
Yeah, we went.
My new tray came with a mouse pad. It's branded by the company that made it.
I can't quite read it.
It says Ergo Active Pro Series.
Oh, Pro Series.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to install that right now. It'll look good quality. I think it'll do well there. Oh, here's something interesting though. Look, it says 4 screws. Let's see if it'll focus on 4 screws required, but there's 1 extra. And there was, in fact, an extra screw. So they probably did the math of the number of times they accidentally shipped one out with 3 screws instead of 4. I'm like, you know what? Let's tack a 4th or 5th one in there just to be safe.
Or the number of times that people like lost one.
And then said that it wasn't there when they got it.
What are you doing, you goober?
Throwing into Space Billy. Wait, Billy Bob's. Space Billy. I don't know anymore.
Spaceman Billy Bob?
I think I don't remember.
There's a spaceman waiting in the box. So if I do this, there. So I can pan the camera down. You can see.
That is fancy.
But then look.
Well, but I mean, you might be sitting off to one side. It's ergonomic. You can
That's right.
You can turn it to match where you are.
Good times and happy days.
That's right.
Just like the Fonz. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's the end of the project. And
As we said, the stream will now run from 4:30 to 4:52 every Sunday.
yeah, I'm just really lacking in energy today. I'm absolutely exhausted and I hurt, and it makes me realize how old I am.
Can you help me take these off?
Oh, are they not supposed to be on there yet?
Well, they are, but I just put them on the wrong way.
Oh, okay. Might have to get out some tools.
I know a tool. A knife.
I know a tool too. Oh, that's a whole different conversation.
Wait, what? I don't get it.
I got so you know I showed off the video games I've been writing for this size screen.
Right.
I got smaller ones.
You got smaller screens?
I got smaller screens. Second here. Sorry, all the stuff that I had spare upstairs ended up stuffed in a plastic bag to come downstairs. That's all just mixed up. The mishmash and a hodgepodge. There you go. So, as a refresher, this is the screen I've been using for my games. Actually, maybe I'll switch to the top-down view. I think it'll be better.
Oh, we're saved. Mitch is here.
Yeah, he was coming to talk about the smaller screens because he also has some of them that he's trying to get working.
Broke my OLED.
So there's the size of the screen that I've been writing games for, right?
Okay.
This is the smaller one.
Oh my gosh. You didn't like do it as a watch?
And
I mean that's smaller than you would want for a watch. Look at that compared to my wrist.
Dad,
Like this.
put that on.
This
wrong.
I think is about wrist size. Right?
Yeah.
So Mitch hasn't been able to get his screens working, and he's done far more troubleshooting. Like I think if I was at the point where he's at, I'd just be like, no, it's broken.
Bad screen.
Oh, speaking of broken, I blew one of the USB ports on the front of my computer, which I think is one of the only USB 3 ports on it. So
What happened?
I shorted something connected to the USB bus on the front of my computer. Now the port doesn't work anymore.
Oh.
So
I wonder if you were running through, say, a powered hub and you did that, would it save your computer and just cook the hub?
probably because the hub would have its own controller, right? Like it relays information, but it's not. There's no. I don't believe there's a direct. Well, except for power, I don't think there's a direct connection between like when you're on a hub and directly to the port. So
Well, that's why I'm saying a powered hub, so that it has its own power supply.
But most powered hubs basically just connect the power up in parallel. Like I have a hub that's powered, but if I leave it unpowered, it'll still draw power from the bus. Just not enough to run any high-powered devices.
Oh, see, I've never tried one of mine without actually plugging it in. I was just wondering if that would give you a little bit of a safety buffer. Mitch says he has 10 of those. Well, then it's definitely a desk chair to keyboard interface error. Just kidding, Mitch. Like Mitch has any idea what he's doing. Like he builds robots or something.
He builds no GoBots.
You know, that's one thing the 3D printing community has definitely done for me. It has put me in a point in my life where I've met like so many people that are on TV. I'm not on TV, but I know people that are on TV.
There we go.
Figuring it out. Okay. Can you even see it well enough to play?
So here's the thing. Right now, it's running the code for my Pico invaders, and it's only showing 1/4 of the screen because it's the same controller on them.
Well, yeah, because the code doesn't know the screen is smaller.
Yeah.
So it's the same resolution, just less pixels.
Yes.
Oh, that bites.
Wait, no. So the resolution on this one is 128 by 64. The resolution on this one is 64 by 32. But what happens is you can write to the screen buffer and have the image be bigger than the actual screen, and it just cuts it off starting at like right now it's rendering a full image that would fit onto here, but it's only displaying the top part.
Right.
So you define in code how big the screen is. So now Mitch is going to be angry because all I did was plug mine in and it worked.
He says he's planning on using the Pico for the BattleBot. Somebody will have to give me the inside scoop on where to order a Pico from. They're only supposed to be like $5, right? But if you go on Amazon, they're like $20.
Everything's more expensive on Amazon.
Mitch said mine's displaying garbage pixels, which makes me think data is being corrupted. That's gonna be like a really dumb question, most likely. But have you tried a different cable?
He did, because in one thing he was just plugged in the way I am, where he's just got the cables running between the Pico and the board, and the other one he was using a breadboard with male cables.
I ordered from OKDO. It's shipped from the UK. Well, I know that there was like a magazine or something you could go buy off of the newsstand, and it had a Pico in the cover of the. But I think I missed out on that. You all right, bud?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't suppose it's a bad Pico, do you, Mitch?
This is the troubleshooting session I through. Did you try a different screen? Did you try a different Pico? It's so funny though, right? Like literally I just unplug the other and plug it in and rerun the code and it works. I can then disconnect the screen. Obviously make sure that I plug this back in correctly. Hit the button and there's 1/4 of the Pico Invaders game.
Yeah, I have an idea for a project that I want to do. It's going to be a very niche project. There's probably 2 people in the whole world that'll need it. So it's not really a project for the public, but it's something that I want to do. But I want to bounce it off of you for you to give me some ideas. But we won't do it.
I've probably already planned the project. I just haven't done it yet.
Probably. No, I doubt. I think I got you on this one. I don't think that you would have any need for this one. And if you do, you know, good for you. But it's been something I've been thinking about for a while, and then I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Now that I baited the whole entire
Are you building robots to replace your kids? The robots that'll argue with you less?
I already did, actually.
Wait, what?
So, Mitch, looking at the back of the screen that you used.
Nadav said, Micro Center, get Pico for $5. All right, let's start that rant. Micro Center, if you're listening, and I'm sure you're not, build a location in Florida, for heaven's sake. It's 6.5 hours for me to get to the closest Micro Center, but Quentin teasing us. Yeah, but again, it's not really a project that'll work for. Well, I don't know. Maybe people could find other uses for it, but let me work it out, and then I'll share it with everybody. But
so Mitch, just letting you know, I looked at the back of the one that you are using and the back of mine, because obviously the actual control chip isn't exposed. But it looks like they're identical. So get good, I guess.
I don't think we had a Fry's in Florida either, Mitch.
Definitely won't anymore.
If we did, well, he said Micro Center needs to buy Fry's buildings. I mean, if Harbor Freight can expand the way they have been, then Micro Center can expand too. We just need one. We just need one in Florida, relatively close to me. It doesn't have to be right on top, but, you know, within an hour would be nice. I mean, for me to drive 6.5 hours to go to Georgia, to go to a Micro Center, I could just pay the extra money and buy everything through Amazon. Oh, I do want to share something. Can I do like a commercial?
We'll be back right after this.
Yeah.
There.
After these messages,
Well, I'll do like this. Hi, I'm Glenn from Fun King 3D. You might remember me from such films as How to Install Octopi and unboxing and assembling the ANET E12. So anyway, I went to my PO box this week because I had to go to the post office anyway. I don't check my PO box very often, so if you send me some, also let me know that you sent me some. But I went to my PO box and there was a slip in there that I had gotten a box. This said box right here, which does not fit in my PO box because I have the smallest, cheapest one. So I went and picked it up from the counter. And it comes to us from Raw Indulgence Limited, and it is addressed to Fun King 3D. It wasn't like a mistake. It was addressed to me, and so with a name like Raw Indulgence, I have to admit I was a little afraid.
Sounds like food to me.
What's that?
Sounds like food to me.
I got out to the car and I cut it open, and contained in this box is another box. And it looks like this right here. So, it came with a letter, and it's not a personalized letter. It's a form. It's a like a pre-made form letter. But it says, Raw Rev has a long history of supporting arts, creativity, health, environment, and other important causes. When an individual, organization, or event catches our eye, we love to connect. You caught our eye. Please try the enclosed Raw Rev products. Hit me back with any feedback at all. We are working on new formulas and always want to improve. We value your opinion. And then an email address and a phone number. We offer various partnership options. Please share any ideas on how we might collab depending on your goals. Well, okay, so there's a few things in this world that I love. I love my family. I love free stuff. I love food. So when you send me free food without me having to like ask for it, it just randomly showed up in my PO box. And what it is it's a bunch of little snack bars. And to be completely honest, I haven't tried them yet. I haven't eaten any of them. Just because I wanted to talk about them before I tried them.
Are you gonna try one live on stream right now?
Well, I actually made that comment to the wife that that maybe I would, but then if they're awful, I'm gonna feel bad. But it says it's high quality plant-based proteins, no soy or whey products, nutrition and diet conscious ingredients, real organic dark chocolate and raw superfoods, moist, people hate that word, moist, delicious and satisfying, 5-star reviews, strong velocity and manufacturer support. So there's like peanut butter, dark chocolate and sea salt, double chocolate brownie batter, chocolate chip cookie dough, creamy peanut butter and sea salt, crunchy peanut butter and sea salt, birthday cake. Sounds pretty awesome. Mixed nuts, caramel and sea salt, and peanut butter, dark chocolate and sea salt. So, I mean, they sound amazing. Should we try one? I mean, I could just see what's 3D printing brought to you by Raw Rub. But again, I wanted to give them a shout out just for being cool enough to just randomly send me food. So I don't know if this double chocolate brownie batter seems pretty good. I may have to put on my super specs to read the fine print on this packaging. No, they didn't. In fairness, they did not ask me to do this. I read the letter that came with it. That's all the information I have. I have not yet reached out to the company, but I just wanted to. Again, they give me free food. I want to give them a little free advertising. I don't even know how much these things cost. I didn't look at the value on them. So if anybody wants to check out rawrev. rawrev.com, rawrev.com. Let's see, 1 bar, 170 calories, 80 fat calories. Really, I'm looking for the sugar.
It's probably going to be lower.
21 grams of total carbs, which isn't horrible, and only 4 grams of sugar.
That's what I was figuring. Sounds like a what they do for a lot of the protein bars and stuff.
So ingredients is Raw Rev Next Gen Blend, which is cashews, pea protein. That's PEA protein, not PEE protein. Brown rice protein.
What the?
Raw organic virgin coconut oil, raw organic chia seeds. Chia. Raw organic sprouted flaxseed. And then some things I can't pronounce. Organic dark chocolate, cane sugar chocolate, cocoa butter. So I'm going to eat this live on the air. And if it's awful, I'm going to tell you guys it's awful. I'll share with you. No, you're going to share this one. These things could be $25 a piece. I don't know. There goes the Coke Zero option. No, Coke Zero is always an option, but Coke needs to step up. All right. So physical appearance, it looks like a protein bar, like everything is just smashed together.
I figured that's what it was gonna.
They just took a sledgehammer.
It does have.
Smacked it.
I don't know. It's sticky. It's not really a brownie consistency. Take a bite. Oh. Take a big bite. Look at that. Got Zach's approval. Mark said peanut butter chocolate sea salt 12 for $26. All right, so not super cheap.
But not stupid expensive either. A little over $2 a pop.
They are not bad. I mean, I've had some pretty awful protein bars and stuff. It's not to the point where like you'd have to force yourself to eat this. It's got a good flavor. I mean, it doesn't taste like a brownie. It doesn't taste like it's full of sugar.
And I heard the
Big
word
question: how much do I have to shovel
brownie.
this down my gullet?
What's that?
That's the big question. How much do I have to? How much force do I have to put in to shovel this down my gullet?
Well, yeah, and I think we've all been there, where you're trying to eat healthier or whatever, and like you eat something and it's kind of gross, but you just work your way through it and you get that at the end. This is not that.
How's the aftertaste?
Well, at the point Zach wants more. Not terrible. I mean, it's not gritty. There's like a coating in my mouth from it, but it's not terrible. I would definitely eat these on a regular basis.
Well, now we just got to work out that partnership.
Oh, I just hit something like a chunk of something in there that I don't know if it was like it must have been a chunk of dark chocolate. But that was really good.
I would have lost because looking at the outside of the box without Googling anything, I thought it was going to be like assorted nuts and stuff.
That's what I thought too because of the picture.
Kind of like a snack crate or whatever. That's one thing so obviously, as we say this, we don't have any sponsors, so I don't even know if we have to add not a sponsor when we talk about products. But one of the things that Kay and I pay for is a thing called Snack Crate. And every month we get a box and it's snacks from a specific area in the world. I think it's usually based on country, but so I think this month we got Brazil. We've had Italy, we've had Russia, we've had the US. We've had Canada, which was weird.
Did you get anything in the Canada one that you'd like never had before? Or like you had never seen?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess those days are kind of gone where you had stuff in a part of a country they didn't have in the rest of it. I guess now it just floods the whole entire market. But yeah, that was tasty. And yes, in fairness, we should always say not a sponsor because we want people to know that we're being fair and honest.
And also we're in need of a sponsor.
And yeah, if you're looking to sponsor the show, your name could appear like here all through the whole show.
Glenn said he'd be willing to get a tattoo of the company's name if they're willing to put up enough money that type of permanence makes sense.
I'd absolutely do that. It wouldn't be a permanent tattoo though. It would be one of them temporaries.
You just reapply it every week?
Yeah, right before the show. Wasn't it on the other arm last week? No, that so now I'm going to reach out to these guys. This came from a Dave.
Oh, Dave's not here, man.
He's a Dave. He can't be all bad. But I mean, he says right here, please share any ideas on how we might collab. Well, we can collab as long as they're willing to ship some of these to Canada so that we can both eat them every week on the show.
That's why they have a mashed potato bar because that's about all I can handle right now.
Yeah, it was pretty soft. It wasn't crunchy. I mean, there's probably some that are crunchy, but that one was soft like a brownie.
The worst thing for me so far has been I ate a potato chip. And like it was a Pringle, so we're not even talking like
right, pressed mush, right?
It wasn't like Miss Vicky's or whatever. And my face throbbed for like 45 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, so I have another follow-up on Wednesday. We'll see what happens. Oh, we're just gonna have to take your mouth.
Well, Props to the people at Raw Rev because
I like free stuff and I like snacks, and
now I want to eat another one. Like you had asked me about aftertaste, and it's lingering long enough that it makes me want another one. So
I'm drinking a mug root beer, which has no caffeine. So
you're supposed to cover the can up so nobody can see that. You'd be like, "This is my Coke Zero." Because
no, I want Coke Zero to be on notice. Like they're gonna lose this if they don't act soon. If you liked it, then you should have put a sponsorship in it. We should get everybody to tweet at Coke. Be like, go sponsor these guys. They talk about you guys literally every stream.
That would be like a huge trophy to actually get. Even if they just sent us each one can a week.
Just to appear on stream.
Yeah, I actually had to go replenish my stock today, and luckily they had some at the store. So
we got a bunch of snow, and anything that raises my blood pressure also increases the pain in the jaw. So yesterday I go out, and I'm like, I'm just gonna hammer through it as fast as I can, shoveling, get it all cleared off, walk up my front steps, open the door halfway, snowplow goes by me behind me and buries the end of the driveway again.
Oh.
Kid's like, you can go back and fish. I'm like, no, I need to come in and cry. I need to have a good cry, okay?
That's ridiculous. I am glad that I don't have to deal with that.
Glenn, would you get a permanent Coke Zero tattoo if they sponsored the show?
For the right amount of money, I would. I am totally a sellout.
So, like,
I don't know. It would have to be a very significant amount of money.
I think we're talking like 7 figures at this point.
Yeah. I would consider it for into the 7-figure mark. It would depend on where. Oh, Bob, that's not a very nice thing to say. But I'm totally a sellout. I would consider that for the right amount of money. I'm glad that my father is no longer around to hear me say that, because he'd freak if I got a tattoo for a sponsor. It said I would do for over $1 million.
I don't know if Coke came to me and was like, get a tattoo that says Coke Zero, here's $500,000. I'd probably do it.
Yeah. I mean,
$500,000 at this point in my life is enough to like pay off all of our debt and still have like half of it left over.
Yeah, I like to say that I wouldn't do it for less than $1 million, but you know, if they're waving $500,000 in your face,
well, especially if it's $500,000 US, because that's like 75 million Canadian. Remember last week when I was all excited because I'd found my Bitcoin wallet? Right. And it was worth a significant and not insignificant amount of money.
No,
and then Elon Musk said that it was overvalued. It dropped by 20%.
Oh yeah, I suppose yours dropped by 20% too.
I'm down like $1,000 now. I'm not down $1,000 because it's free money. I mined those coins fair and square like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I thought I had some of the ETH one.
Ethereum.
I thought I had some of that, but apparently I never completed what I was supposed to get it. So
I have a bunch of Dogecoin somewhere, but I don't know where it is because I didn't take it seriously enough.
Yeah.
Like I started mining it like a month after it came out, so it was like every 5 minutes you were getting 1 billion Dogecoin or whatever the. You know what I mean? Like the payouts at the beginning are so fast and frequent. And...
Right. Yeah, because it was a joke. So
playing Dogeball.
Most of the BTC. Yeah, I've been looking into it. I've been looking into it because I want to buy some just in case. Just in case. But like, how do you know you're buying it through a legit source?
All my Bitcoin is stored in my Bitcoin, like the original Bitcoin wallet. So it's not like there's no broker in between it, but it makes selling it more complicated too, because you have to transfer it somewhere to actually sell it for cash. So if you pick the wrong place and you transfer it there, it just disappears.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Keep your
Mitch
eye
said
on-
just tried to buy some, but it won't let me proceed.
They have an anti-Mitch clause.
Yeah, and they're like, oh no, don't sell to that guy. No, my neighbor has been playing with penny stocks lately. I've never bought stocks. I had the opportunity to get in on some really great things early on, and I wasn't smart enough to take the advice. In fact, many years ago, my uncle had called me and he said, listen, there's a great technology stock and you need to buy some. And I'm like, well, what is it? And he said, there's this company and they make 100 megabyte floppy drive. And I'm like, who wants because CD-ROMs are coming out. Who wants a big floppy drive? Yeah, Omega.
I mean, they were big for a while, and now they don't even exist anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, but I would have made a boatload of cash. But no. So, but in fairness, he had called my parents years before that and told them to buy into this new up and coming company called Xerox.
And nobody listened.
They're still around, but Coinbase worked, but takes 5 days hold. Yeah, I'm just afraid to get scammed. I don't know enough about it, but yeah, my neighbor has been playing penny stocks. I say playing. He's like $100,000 ahead right now. He's already pulled all of his initial investment money out, and has made like $100,000 in 2 months. So
shoot. But I mean, all the taxes he has to pay on that, so it's not even worth it.
I know. Yeah, actually, a friend of his, that's what the wife said. We're not getting involved in that. I'm not paying the taxes on it. But you're getting the money.
It's like the arguments I've gotten into people where like, I didn't want to work any more overtime because it would have pushed me into a different tax bracket and I would have owed more money. It's like, that's not the way that works though. Like tax brackets, like you pay this much on this amount, this much on this. Like, it is impossible for you to make more money and bring home less.
Right. Yeah, they're not going to take so much of it that.
Like, if you made $99,999, you would owe us $30,000 in taxes. But if you make it to $100,000, you owe us $50,000 in taxes. So don't earn that extra dollar.
Mitch said I'm showing my age. I show my age every day.
Did you watch the video that Walter put out today?
No, I didn't even get notification of it.
We should watch it live. It's pretty funny. I don't think he swears.
You don't think he swears?
Oh, now I'm thinking back.
Oh, Mark throwing down $10 sponsorship for Fun King 3D / print and play. You can pretend there's more zeros, but they're all on the right side of the decimal point. Thank you, Mark. It's greatly appreciated.
We should take all the money we get in donations and put it into Bitcoin.
Hey, that might not be a bad plan. Or Dogecoin.
If you can Doge a wrench, you can Doge a coin.
That's right.
Oh, there. Yes, he watches it. No, he doesn't swear. Or yes, watch it. No, he doesn't swear.
There, how's that?
What'd you do?
You can't see the bottom of the screen?
Oh, there you go.
See, now that's a feature that they need to incorporate in there so that when somebody super chats, I mean, I know that we could do it with Streamlabs, but it would only put it in my box.
Right.
So, but StreamYard needs to have that where we can throw it on the bottom like that.
I remember this one time I had this grandiose plan to build a Stream Deck, an open source Stream Deck that had little OLEDs, color OLEDs. So
yeah.
And then I ordered 10 of those screens for the prototype. And before the screens got to me, somebody else actually just did it. And so now,
Yeah, but you could still build one.
oh, but it's like I'm the second guy to climb Mount Everest. Who's the second guy to climb Mount Everest? Nobody knows.
No, that's not the thing. I mean, like somebody designed it, and then somebody else did a video on building one. That's going to make a comment, but I'll leave it be. Somebody better could make a video. Was that a nice enough way to say that?
So we can play the video from Walt.
Yeah. All right. So now somehow, and I don't know. So in StreamYard, they've added a feature. I don't know if you've noticed, but the share button down at the bottom isn't screen share anymore. It's just share. And if you click on that, you can share a video file. But I think then you have to have already downloaded.
Let me see. Oh, I see. I'm clicking video file. Yeah, it does say that like it is trying to open up a.
It's just looking to get a local.
Okay, so what I can do, no, because if I try to share audio, it will.
Yeah, well,
if I try to share audio, it's going to echo.
Yeah, StreamYard doesn't do the audio very well. All right, hang on. How long of a video is it?
Like a minute, I think.
All right. Entertain the people.
No. I don't have balls to juggle, so just pretend I am.
You don't have the balls to juggle? What?
I don't have the balls to juggle.
That's all you have.
Oh, it's over. Zach, entertain the crowd. Do a dance, tell a story. Just give us a few seconds. Savannah.
Yeah, that'll make people leave. Don't do that.
Oh.
Let's see if anybody can in chat can identify where the quote "Do a dance, tell a story, just give us a few seconds" comes from. Who said it and who were they talking to?
Bobby.
Incorrect.
Bob.
Is the video we're looking for me and the Mrs. First TikTok challenge?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what's funny? He said Bob, and the actor in question, one of the actors in the scene's name is Bob. So, good guess, Zach.
Billy Bob is like his go-to.
Oh, I see. I'm no longer impressed. Your father told me not to be.
What did the chicken say? Cluck. There. I've done it.
Sorry, this is taking so long, but it'll be worth it, I think.
I don't think it will.
Robbie Mac. So I have to build a prototype for the handheld that's going to play all these games, but I keep putting it off. Mostly because once I build the prototype, all the components that go into it are now permanently attached.
Oh, what a weird format. 608 by 1080. Oh, he filmed that and
He recorded it for the Tic Tacs.
all right, that's all right.
Mark, you got to understand that 90% of the code that people produce is just copied and pasted from other people's codes and not actually written by them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Why reinvent the wheel?
God, that's I hacked together a lot of stuff that way.
Hack the planet. Oh, Zach, can you do the Macarena?
What the?
Doesn't even know what the Macarena is.
Can you do any of the Fortnite dances? No.
All right, this is going to be fun. This will be the first time I've used this new feature. I did watch a video about, that Gage did talking about it. So, all right, I'm going to. What I did was I just ripped his video. supposedly you can like key all of this stuff up ahead of time.
Dad.
All right. What the hell are
Here
we
we go.
doing? What is this called?
Can
Some damn
everybody hear
challenge
it?
on the internet. Scoot over here. You can't even see. Wait, let me fix the camera. All right. Now what are we doing? What are we doing? Ready? We go down like this way? Like this way. Then we do this, and then we'll. Ow, fucker!
Face first into
Come
the
do it
curtain.
again.
You broke me.
Let me take my glasses off because I'm gonna hurt my face.
You broke me.
Get over here. All right, you ready? Ready to do it again? Ready? Here we go. You put your hands down, elbows, face, and hit your head. Shut up. Are you broken?
Oh, I don't understand the whole purpose of that, but
You're supposed to like wrap your arms around behind your back, but keep yourself upright without falling face first into the ground. So she demonstrated it right, and he demonstrated how to do it wrong.
Dad.
well, props to StreamYard. That was awesome. That worked so well.
Dad.
So,
Can you help me get this out?
oh, you need that back out of there.
I have I forgot I did this. I found, because I'm working on a project. I'm always working on a project. It's one thing you can say about James. He's always working on a project. Barely finishing. I found a new distribution of Debian for the Raspberry Pi 4. Well, I guess it's for all of them, but specifically the one I'm looking at is for the 4. That is specifically targeted at DOS emulation.
Hang on, Robbie Mac said, "Is this a female lower center of gravity thing?" I think it's a Walter stomach heavier gravity thing.
Shots fired.
All right, so go on. It's a DOS emulator.
It's basically a Debian distribution that's specifically built to make DOSBox work as well as possible. But apparently, because I haven't even tried booting it yet, I'm connecting it to my capture card. Apparently, it boots and it looks like you're starting up an old like 486.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I have a project that would very specifically work well with that. So let's find out. Power up. And it switched. Might have to turn my capture card on and off again.
I had to put this box of snack bars out of reach because I'm really thinking about eating another one. It's starting to look like something, bud. But it's not looking like the picture. This is sticking off the front. Did you put that on the wrong side?
Yeah. Is it possible to take off?
I mean,
What step are you on?
Like, I needed to go back a little just to fix it.
it booted right into DOSBox, so that's a thing that happened. I don't have a keyboard or mouse or anything to connect to this, so.
I'm gonna full screen use of that.
Oh, I don't actually have a way to interact with this. I don't think I have a keyboard. Oh, yes, I do. I've got this super awesome keyboard that I bought from AliExpress for, and this may surprise you, another project that I'm working on.
But I don't know how to snap it in.
What's this, right?
There, you can see this fancy keyboard on the side.
That is a fancy keyboard.
It is probably the cheapest feeling keyboard that I've ever placed my hands on. And I used those old crappy Dell ones they used to ship out that nobody wanted. With, it's like you had to pay more to not get the keyboard.
I don't think this is the right solar panel. Look, see how it's off to that side? I think it's supposed to be this one.
Well, yeah, but the second.
I'm trying to remember what commands are available in DOSBox to view text.
To do what?
To view text. Looks like we got some shareware games in here anyways. See how it runs Doom. Not bad.
That's pretty smooth. And what is this running on?
Raspberry Pi.
3 or 4?
It's running on a 4, but apparently it'll run on pretty much any of them. I can't guarantee the performance will be exactly the same, but it's been, I guess, heavily optimized.
Yeah, that's pretty smooth.
Ooh.
The greatest thing that I ever did with this game was the Simpsons sound files over the top of it.
I don't have stripes and stuff set up. I don't remember which keys are. Oh, I guess it's these ones.
Okay.
Nope. My first-person shooters have come a long way, eh?
Yeah, but this is still one of my favorite games. This one in Wolfenstein.
Get all the things. Okay, so let's see. So if this runs well,
It's been a long time since I played that game.
Wolf3D is here too. I'm
Look
assuming.
at that.
Wait, was that the full version? Okay, good. I was gonna say I'm shocked that they would include software that would be considered pirating.
Oh, that brings back memories.
This isn't too violent for your channel, is it?
Cartoon blood is awful violent. It's just Nazis. It's fine.
Oh, I did not see that coming. I've played this first level too much.
What's that?
I played this first level too much.
Yeah, that's this is the game where I learned to, like always go right or always go left. Like don't switch up or you'll get lost. You let that guy shoot you in the face like that?
Wow, I've got no health left now. Oh god.
What's the game rated?
I don't think this game had a legitimate rating. I don't think they rated games back then.
It was A for awesome.
Wait, so you could just have the game?
Well, no, like the rating system hadn't come along yet. So Mark said kid friendly just went out the window. Well, no, all kids should know how to hunt down Nazis.
Oh.
Oh, his buddy got you.
Yeah, what you doing?
Yeah, that's impressively smooth. I say that, but I mean the game was designed to run on computers that were 20 years old and had less power than the Raspberry Pi.
It's funny because it's true.
My Coke Zero is gone. I wish Coke would step up and give me another one.
I always felt bad for the dogs.
Yeah, but they're Nazi
I felt
dogs.
worse for the dogs than the Nazis.
But they're Nazi dogs.
Yeah, the Nazis, they can die.
All right, let's do it. Oh, look at that. Oh, they fold out. That is really cool.
I also want to point out I'm playing this through the capture card, so whatever delay the capture card adds in is the reason why I might screw up anything. Okay, well that works really well.
That is pretty cool.
Now I need network connectivity on it. If I type exit.
PC-13 Zach isn't old enough. I think that PC-13 thing was a joke though in the beginning of that. I forget what, like when you pull it up and it says PC-13, it meant something else though.
Hmm.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't remember if it shows the password if I click again. You can't see my fingers because the screen's covering it.
Yeah, it's just asterisks.
I think I have to tell it where I am too.
Ooh, we're all getting on your Wi-Fi now.
Well, good luck with that.
We're gonna hackser your Wi-Fi.
That's
What?
cool.
Yep. Look at it. If you push a little bit on the back side of that, then it'll come out. If you didn't have such soft hands.
Reboot.
Yeah, I run Pi-hole, but I don't run it on a Pi. I run it on my Linux server. And I realized the error in my ways the other day when I was running some updates on my Linux box, and it went to reboot, and then I couldn't browse the internet because I had no DNS server. So I'm going to continue to run it on my Linux box, but I'm also going to set it up on a Raspberry Pi, which is why I wanted a screen. I wanted to put a screen on it so I could see stats, not for any other reason than it'll look cool, but yeah, then I'll have a backup DNS. But there's definitely an issue. What, did we do it wrong again?
I don't know what the.
All right. I'll help. I got you.
He said he would help, but he never did.
Where are we at?
Nowhere. It doesn't even.
I think the way it was right.
Yeah, but
Oh, I see. You couldn't get that in there because we have to split. We have to split this. And then this one.
well, yeah, I could get it in, but I couldn't get this one like equal.
Right. Oh, because this one's backwards. Flip it over. And then this one goes, oh, this isn't the right piece. Oh, it's missing a. You got to have one of these. Does that? They could do a better job on these constructions. Like they don't show the. I think this one's right and that one's backwards.
Let's see if I got an IP address. WLAN.
I think then this one. I think this one needs to be this way so that it pushes the solar panel out. But then these, which are really hard to pull out of there. Yeah, when I told my wife today that Zach was going to be joining me on stream, she's like, that's good. He makes the show better. And I'm like, yeah, because I suck by myself.
When in doubt, Zach it out.
What's that?
When in doubt, Zach it out.
That's right. Paul Cover has joined us. Hello, Paul. then this one goes back on.
Trying to figure out the easiest way to get files onto this thing. Because there's no shares or anything set up on it by default.
Does that look right?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. Well, I haven't seen Dave Randolph in the chat today, so I'm going to go ahead and shamelessly plug printedsolid.com, because then he'll hear us talking about him and then he'll show up. Printedsolid.com for all your 3D printing part needs. That's the shameless plug of the day. I don't really count the snack bar thing as a shameless plug because they send me free food.
It's the closest thing we've had to sponsorship so far, right?
I guess technically.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, typing on this keyboard isn't as good as typing on my good keyboard, but it's not terrible. I've typed on worse for longer.
Yeah, so Xander, like when I ordered Xander's computer, they had a deal where you could get an RGB clicky keyboard for $9. So I went ahead and ordered him one, and it's actually a really nice keyboard. And then and then Priscilla tried it out, and she's like, I want a clicky keyboard like that. I'm like, yeah, they're not $9.
I want to get my hands on an old IBM PS2 Model M keyboard.
I'll have to look to see if I still have one.
I miss mine.
Paul, he's building this this Rover Explorer right here.
Actually, I built it.
Oh, sorry, he built it. It's already done built.
And one thing left. Actually, wait. Did I ever even need these?
I'm getting tweeted.
From the tweeters? Oh, I gotta go beat up Mitch and take his keyboard now.
I was going to read that out loud. I'm glad I read through it before I did. That's the person who sent it knows. They're listening. That's funny. I do have some questions about it, though.
I don't know what we're talking about.
No, you wouldn't. You're not the one that sent it.
I think this thing can fly. That's why these thingies can fold.
If that really works, that will be absolutely hysterical. All right. So anyway, I won't keep dwelling on that. Mitch says he has a PS2 Model M.
So saying I gotta go beat him up and take it.
But
and then I can borrow it, so now I feel bad.
yeah, he says you can borrow it. You can't keep it.
Yeah, but once it's across the border, how's he gonna get it back?
That's right. It's not like you can come and get it. Unless they're filming a BattleBots in Canada, then look out.
I guess it's not. It doesn't have it doesn't have SCT access or whatever on it. Let's do exit from here. I'm just gonna go take a look in. The Raspberry Pi management stuff.
All right, so to the person who sent that to me, I'm going to try and we'll see how it goes. That would be pretty funny. Mitch said, I played Rec Room for the first time. It has fun laser tag and paintball. Yeah, Xander plays that laser tag all the time. He's real big into the Rec Room. That's why he ended up buying the VR setup for Rec Room. He, for whatever it costs to ship a 5 kilogram keyboard to Canada. he's getting into like mixing music now, which is pretty cool. And he wants to buy a DJ controller, which I've never played with one or used one. So if anybody out there has one and can tell me about it, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
That thing's pretty cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can go explore Mars.
I need a rocket ship though,
No.
or something. That
Yeah, so I looked into that. I was telling you guys last week that our names are on the Mars rover. Apparently, it's on 3 chips. All the names are written on 3 chips, like 11 million names written on 3 chips the size of fingernails. So it's itty bitty.
But you're there, and that's the important part.
Yeah, I forget what they say that the machine that they used was like electron laser or something crazy that they used for making precision parts, but they used it for that too. Check out Kobe Lax on Twitch. He's the 3DP community resident DJ. I have to jot that down with my Chris's basement pen. Kobe Lax. DJ on the Twitches. Oh, Moses is top donor, at least. Moses is everybody's top donor.
Interesting. So I'm trying to use WinSCP to transfer files to it, and it gets through everything, and then it starts on starting the session, and then nothing happens.
Damn, bud. I have multiple conversations going on here. What, bud?
Okay. So I figured out
That guy doesn't look happy.
Get a guy on Mars. You take a rover that's exactly like this, then you make the guy grabbed by the thingy, and then the guy's on Mars. Well, then you send the rover to Mars.
Well, then couldn't you just send the guy to Mars?
Yeah, but how would he? Who knows if you can move on Mars?
Well, we don't know. But I would be willing to
can.
bet that there are people on this planet right now that if they said, all right, we're taking volunteers to go to Mars, people would sign up to go.
Oh, that's already happened. There was a group a couple of years ago that were crowdfunding getting people to live on Mars, and they were planning one-way missions, and they had people volunteer from all over the world to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would have to be a one-way mission.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you're bringing them back. I mean, technically, it's a death mission, which is probably why it hasn't happened yet. But yeah, I mean, we made it there. That last rover launched in June, so 8 months. I'm fairly certain they could set it up where you could survive 8 months in flight.
Yeah.
We're getting close. We're getting really, really close.
Thanks to technology.
You just threw the guy to the ground. Made it all the way to Mars, and now he's dead. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the amount of Easter eggs that they have hidden on the rover, but it's been pretty phenomenal. The pattern in the parachute was actually a binary message.
I did see that.
And then in some of the images you can see where they on one of the cameras down in the corner of the image, you can see an engraving on it, and it's like the family stickers on the back of everybody's car, but it's all the different rovers that are on the planet. Yeah, they're just discovering all these different little Easter eggs that That's a really cool rover.
And it's anti-gravity.
What are you building next week? Do you remember?
I can't tell.
Okay, that's all right.
It's too great.
Oh, okay. You're keeping it a secret. It's not that you don't remember.
It's a thingy, and then it's a thing, and then it things.
It's got some parts.
Yeah, it has parts.
And it comes in a box.
Yeah, it has its own box. It has bags.
All right. Well, I think next week we should cut the box open and cut the bag open and get rid of the bag before the stream starts because that was really noisy.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Cool.
And it probably has some stickers.
Probably stickers, yeah.
And it probably can be built.
Oh, you think it can be like put together?
weird.
Did you have parts left over? Yeah, you had these 3 parts left over. Did you use these anywhere?
No.
Well, then they got to be in there somewhere. They didn't just give them to you because, look, they go right here. Did you even turn this over and do this side?
I did.
It's something to do with the drill. I think it goes. See, the gray piece goes in there. Yeah, I don't know why, but it goes right here. I'm not exactly sure why, but and then I guess I gave you an extra one.
Yeah.
All right, good. Glad I had to finish your work for you.
And then it just falls apart.
Lazy.
Then this just falls apart like.
Yeah, I cannot remember. I totally had an idea this week, and I thought, oh, that'll be a great project to work on the stream. And then I don't even remember what it was.
This is what happens if you're not careful on a rover.
That antenna is jammed through his foot.
Exactly.
He's got big holes in his feet.
Or like those little like.
Oh, the pegs.
Yeah,
So
and
you can
then
peg
he's
him.
supposed to like be inside that.
He's like,
last-
and this
He's
thing
supposed
just
to
drilled
be-
right into his foot.
He's supposed to be like stuck
Ah!
in there. He's supposed to be stuck in this
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
thingy.
I forgot.
That's the thingy.
Paul is
Here's the
asking
thingy.
what the setting on a monoprice MP bed leveling. I don't understand the question. It's been a long time since I had my monoprice mini. Is it a manual? Is it a manual bed leveling? Is it 4-point, 3-point? My trick to leveling the bed is to load a print, generally something that's of decent capacity for the bed. Don't have any filament loaded, and tell that thing to print. And when the nozzle gets over to the middle of the bed, stop it. I just shut the printer off and turn it back on. And then use your paper underneath to bring the bed to the nozzle, but keep it away the thickness of a sheet of paper. I hope that makes sense.
No, it didn't.
It's what I've been doing for 3.5 years now, and it works well for me. Like I move the nozzle around the bed, like I move the whole extruder to different points on the bed to get the bed set where that nozzle is always a sheet of paper away from the bed.
Well, for the life of me, I cannot SCP into this box to copy files to it.
Hey, you're not allowed. That's a licensing thing. You're allowed to have it. You're just not allowed to actually use it. So it's running, you said Debane behind it?
Yep.
But then it's just running DOSBox.
You know what? I was able to use SFTP to get into it.
You can FTP into it?
I can FTP, but not SCP.
Oh.
Good enough for me though.
But you can exit DOSBox
Oh, totally, yeah.
and then just use it like Linux.
Yeah, so I could be I could be trying to access the files through a share or whatever. I'm trying to make it easier where I can just drag and drop stuff across though.
I gotcha.
You see, I'm super lazy.
Well, it's not a laziness; it's a convenience thing. Oh, so I meant to tell you too. This week, 4 days ago to be exact. I think it was sometime on Friday. I have to think 4 days ago would have been what, Thursday. So anytime that we get that I get a new subscriber to Fun King 3D, this machine plays the sound, this sound.
Yep.
Right. So I'm sitting over there at my desk, like 15 feet that way, and all of a sudden it goes off. And I'm like, oh, new subscriber. Happens. It happens.
Somebody accidentally clicked a button somewhere.
And all of a sudden it does it again. Then it does it again. Then it does it again. And I thought, oh, there's something wrong. And I get up. I got 50 subs all at the same time.
That's weird.
Yeah, it can't be legit. I mean,
well, if it's fake, it's also good.
I don't know what the work behind it is, but I mean, it's like some crazy usernames, some like normal names, but a lot of like just I'm not even gonna read them out loud, but yeah, I went down and counted them, and there's 50 of them.
You guys ready for some fun?
What's that?
You guys ready for some fun?
Yes.
Yes.
Too bad you're in the wrong stream.
We like fun because fun is fun.
Wait, no, fun isn't fun.
Fun is fun.
See that?
Mitch said it's the Prusa comment farm. Windows 3.1.1 setup.
I don't have a mouse though. That's another issue.
If you plug a USB mouse in there, will it pick it up?
It should. I just don't know where I have a USB mouse off the top of my head. I guess I could. I'm not really using the. I'm not really using the mouse connected to my main computer, and it's wireless, so I could just yank the.
Dude, now everybody has your Windows 3.1.1 serial number.
Uh-oh.
Gonna have to go back and blur that out.
Hey, look. Mouse support immediately. Glenn?
What's that?
Check it out. Plugged my mouse in.
Awesome.
You know why that works? Because DOSBox constantly reports that there's a mouse connected to it, so all the software is like, oh, there's a mouse. So when you plug in a mouse externally, it just starts moving the virtual mouse around.
Yeah, it already knows that it was there.
Oh.
Paul says that's a Monoprice MP10. I'm going to go look that up. So I haven't looked at any Monoprice printers in a long time.
Restart my computer, please.
Loading your new 486DX. Robbie Mac said this is a deep fake. Windows never installed that fast. Well, no, because you had to keep flopping out, switching out floppies. Michael Cassell has joined us. Better late than never. All right, so the MP10, the Monoprice MP10 is a 300 by 300 3D printer, magnetic heated build plate, resume print function, assisted leveling, and touchscreen. So it's assisted leveling. All right, so somewhere then in the start G code, it's going to run a command to do the leveling, but I can't tell by the pictures Is the bed? I can't tell. It looks like it's got some kind of a sensor on the extruder. Does the bed have any manual leveling at all to like get it initially set? It should have come, Paul. It should have come with a version of a slicer, and I don't know if you're using that slicer, but either way, the profile for that printer should have commands in the start G code to get that thing to probe the bed. And unfortunately, they don't. Like, I don't see anywhere that you could just download.
I worked on one of the big Modex printer. Well, it was the big 60 though, I think, for a guy locally here. He bought one for prototyping for a thing that he's been working on. That thing was massive. Like once it's assembled, you can't get it out a door. You have to take it apart to get it out of a room.
Really?
Yeah, like out of a standard room. You know what I mean?
Paul, there is and I will share the link. There's a video. I don't know if this will be helpful, but there is a link on the page on Monoprice on how to level the bed. So I'm going to throw that link in the chat. Did you look up a Modex? Man, why are you guys making me look at 3D printers? Like, I really care about that.
Not really my forte.
It's not my thing. Can I do an image search and not have to read about it? Oh, yeah, okay. So the Modex Big 180 looks like a FK1.
I forgot how big the FK1 was.
It's that big.
Yeah, that's why I'm staring at it.
Yeah.
The thing you can't see.
It's a pain to deal with. And I have a huge wooden crate in my garage for it.
I think
that I'm not even using the crate, but I don't know what to do with the crate.
I think you can just 3D print this full size.
Ethan's dad, also known as Marcus, has joined us. How are you, Marcus? 1800 by 600 by 640. So really, it's not that much bigger than the FK1, to be honest with you.
You could probably 3D print.
I mean, I'm 12 by 4 by 475, and I bet mine was cheaper.
You could probably 3D print a full-sized aircraft carrier.
One piece at a time, but I could do that on any of these.
Oh. Yeah, but
I mean,
it would be much quicker.
The smaller the parts you print, the less likely it is to float or hold anybody at the end. But you know.
All the late people showing up. None of them are going to know what I said in the beginning. You guys also missed my amazing commercial at the top of the 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Oh, my dinner's here.
Well, it's early. We still have 21 minutes.
That's fine. It'll have time to cool off.
21.
What are you having for dinner?
Pasta from Boston Pizza, because Kay didn't feel like cooking. I had to order something that could be basically mush.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Let's go Windows. Let's do setup.
Yeah, I didn't come in from the garage until late last night. Not late, but like past dinner time. And so I just decided that I was going to run to McDonald's. Shouldn't even say their name out loud, but so Priscilla didn't want anything, so I just got myself and the boys something. And then when we were out shopping this morning, we were right by McDonald's. We picked up McDonald's for lunch. So I had it for dinner and lunch today. So my stomach is not pleased.
Not super happy with that arrangement.
You've almost missed the whole show. Get over here. Come on.
Come on, push me out.
Come on.
Seat. Push me
Get
out
up
the
here.
seat.
Get up here.
Push me out of the seat again.
You don't have to tell her, she'll just do it.
This is on the wrong keyboard.
Okay.
Dabs of water makes more sense than days of water. Sorry, you guys won't understand all that.
Yeah, I lost you at water.
I hear you can replay a commercial. Wait, no, it wasn't really like I just I got a box of protein bars from I don't want to get their name wrong. Raw Indulgence, which is rawrev.com. And they just sent them to me unsolicited, which, to get unsolicited food could be scary, but they had a nice letter in there that, that explained everything. And it was delicious.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to give them a shout out, and we ate one live. It got Zach's thumb of approval. So now I'll have to share them with the rest of the family, I guess.
Yay.
I really just met your mom.
Somebody hand me a gun.
You guys can eat junk and get away with it. I can't eat junk. So I get to eat the expensive, good for you stuff. You act like you don't get anything.
I really don't.
I feel like I'm out of practice here. So I go to keyboard.
Want me to eat
All
healthier?
right, that's enough. What was that, James?
So I feel like I'm out of practice. So I go to keyboard. It says select the type of keyboard. Okay, let's go generic. Then it goes layout. And I select US from here. And I guess it's not saving because nothing changes. Like, do I cancel back out of here now?
Can you just go to OK?
If I go to OK, it brings it back up to the select your.
Oh, it's selecting into. Oh yeah, just cancel and see what happens. I mean, the keyboard will likely still work.
Well, so the problem is the backslash does that.
We can't really see it. It's
putting number sign up. Yeah, it's not at all the right keyboard. Exclamation point, at, that should be at, that should be number sign.
Huh. Bob S. said go up and select one. Go back in there. Let's try it again.
Localization, keyboard. This isn't even 105 keys, though, but I don't...
Let's not pick a generic one. Let's... Wait, go back.
Well, because the other ones are all brand name ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what I mean, what's going to happen if you pick one of those? Like,
these are all old. I don't know which one we would pick.
Well, I would say
like the Microsoft Natural Pro OEM.
Yeah, I was going to say like that, or like any of the IBM ones. I mean, they're the ones that made the standard.
Let's see there.
You just need something that's is it 101?
These are laptop ones.
Right, which laptop aren't 101 key keyboards.
No, they are not. Let's go with the Microsoft one. Go with the Microsoft Natural.
Yeah, Bob said generic 101.
Let's go with what Bob says, since we're just throwing spaghetti at a wall, and it sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Plus, then we have somebody to blame if it goes wrong.
Yeah, don't pick that English UK thing. Your keyboard will have a funny accent.
And then English US.
What is a composer?
Hey, look at that.
Bob's the winner of the moment.
Yes, he is.
Bob wins. Bob, you just won the right to say you were right.
Nothing else.
In stunning 3D.
Yeah, if we had like a legitimate sponsor, we might have prizes, but
Instead, all we have is like virtual participation awards.
what?
I don't know.
What'd you do with the other parts that were left over? Did you just stick them somewhere? Oh, there it is.
Oh.
If you could just like put this part right here.
But Dad,
Yeah.
this guy has been tortured with this rover, like up
Oh my
her.
gosh, you
goes
ripped
right
his
there,
legs off, man.
and then this part goes right here.
Oh, he's like
So
part of the rover now.
He can't even reach his own legs.
Nope, kind of like trying to put your elbow in your own ear.
I done it.
See, that's why we keep the hive mind around. Somebody knows. Somebody knows the answer to every question.
Who?
Well, somebody in the audience, like we ask, and then they're like,
So the answer
they're like,
is hippo.
don't be a moron. Use a screwdriver.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Wait,
What?
She wants her seat back.
Oh, I think she
Maybe-
wants down.
Maybe.
Go see if she wants
No.
down. Oh, there
It's
she
gonna
is.
get real fancy now. We're gonna go high res.
Come here.
If you want your seat, don't steal my bed. It's my bed.
1024 by 768. Let's see if we can win. Oh man, that looks terrible. That does not look good on a 1080p screen.
I don't know. It looks fine to me.
Did it actually did it show up properly?
It looked all right. Yeah.
Let's see where.
Go back in there. I'm gonna full screen you so I can see it better.
Sorry, I'm trying to find. I lost track of our. Oh, here we are. I lost track of our StreamYards.
Ben Dan is asking, is that Windows 3.11? Yes, it is. Because we like to play with high-tech stuff here on the What's 3D Printing.
It still looks a little rough. Let's try a different resolution though.
Yeah, it looks a little blurry now that I got you full screen.
What do we want to go with?
640 by 480, only the greatest resolution ever made. 1024 by 768. Man, I ran that resolution forever.
Looks a little better.
No Windows 98 love.
That's
It's
800
got-
by 600. I wonder what the maximum resolution I can run this at is.
It is running off of a DOS box that is built off of a Debian.
I can run this at 1600 by 1200 at 256 colors.
On a Raspberry Pi.
No, I can't.
Nope.
You could use this.
But I was still able to quit out.
You can still do the Alt F4.
Yeah.
I fooled my phone the other day.
Somebody fell for that?
Uh-huh.
Man. Ooh, the icons are getting smaller.
I think I'm going to go back to 800 by 600. It looks pretty atrocious on my side.
Yeah, I remember when I finally got a video card that could run 16.7 million colors. Woo-wee.
I think part of the issue is that the capture card in the HDMI splitter doesn't like that resolution.
I'm guessing you experimented on it and then you blew it up.
No, it was
Oh.
back in the days of olden computers.
Good enough.
All right, now you have to play Minesweeper.
I gotta unplug my mouse and plug it back in. Hold on.
Oh,
Everybody's gonna see how terrible I am at Minesweeper now. I have a knack for blowing myself up on the first click.
Mm.
Well, that's a great skill to have. Oh, I forgot about hearts. The greatest part of this game is the face when you click.
Oh boy. So I know that's one, which means this one isn't, and this one isn't. And that one isn't, that one is. Nope, never mind. See?
Oh,
Got click happy.
your dude died. That's pretty funny. Well, we are now 9 minutes away from the end of this stream. And I guess I want to ask, does this time slot seem to work for those who are watching the stream?
In 9 minutes.
We currently have 20 people watching, which isn't really a great number, but if we're not doing anything 3D printing, I think it's pretty close to being where it's going to be. Are we planning for 4:30 again next week?
Maybe. I don't know.
I was asking you, James.
Yeah, I think so. So we do have the option for the next couple of weeks to potentially do it earlier, but I think we're probably, because so my work's been a little postponed, but I think we're probably better off just getting into the habit now.
I agree. I agree if this time slot seems to be working.
Yeah.
Alan King says it's good for him UK time. So, which, I mean, that is always, you just can't appease every time zone. Unfortunately, it's impossible.
That's the way it goes.
Sure, that's why we don't have any Australian viewers.
Wait, mate.
The other day, Joel was doing a stream, and my thought was, man, why does he stream so late? And then I realized that it isn't late for him. It's only late for me. But all right, so we're gonna stick with the 4:30 slot for a little bit and see how that.
Did you see that? I died on the second click.
I'm trying to figure out Michael's. Is that leg monkey? I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. Yeah, I don't know.
It means monkey leg. Somebody ate a monkey leg.
Oh, somebody ate a monkey leg?
It's like a chicken leg instead
Excellent.
of monkey-ish.
So I will let a little cat out of the bag if I get a chance to get a few things lined up this week. Depending on how my workload is. Tomorrow's going to be awful for me, but depending on how the rest of the week goes, if I can get a few things in line, I think next Sunday's stream I will be working on the FK1. I've got a couple of things that I need to add to it and tweak it. And then I'm going to split the power. I'm going to actually have two power cords coming out of that thing, one for the bed and one for the regular power supply.
That's
so that I can run the duet board off of a battery backup and not have to have like a battery backup the size of my entire house. And then if the power goes out, I only lose the heated bed.
Why do you have a cat in a bag?
Where do you keep your cat?
In the house.
Oh, apparently you already let your cat out of the bag, man.
It
I
was
also,
never in a bag.
if I can get it printed this week as well, I want to get the longer piece of Bowden tubing installed permanently so it's not just flopping around on there. All right, Paul, enjoy your dinner. Thank you for being here.
I don't think I'm going to be able to Minesweeper before the stream's over.
What's that?
So I don't think I'm going to be able to beat Minesweeper before the stream's over.
Whew. That one was nerve-wracking.
Oh man. Okay. So this is 2, so it could be this one or this one. This one also shows 2, so we know that this one is, so that one should be clear. And that means this one is 2. That one is not. This one is connected to 3.
And that one's also connected to 3. Oh, so close. So close.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I had James full screen so that we could see the windows set up. I know you don't want to look at James. You want to look at this beauty right here. Whew.
Yeah, not seeing it.
Yeah, you didn't even comment on my haircut. I got a haircut today.
How many of
All of them.
dad jokes.
All 2?
All the hairs.
So yeah, all 2.
Someday you'll be here too. Did you see that thing that Sean Shenanigans tagged me in on Twitter
I'll glue my hair back to my
with
head.
and I probably pull it up, but
Sounds like a lot of effort.
it was like a bald guy head polishing kit.
That's a great thing to send to your new landlord.
No, I'm not going to be able to find it. I probably should have had all that queued up beforehand. It was pretty funny, but I told him that he hurt my feelings and I was going to go cry, and then I said no, I'm not, because I have thick skin. And yeah, here we go. It's the head polishing kit for bald pastors. I will throw this in the chat just for anybody who
Needs a little LOL.
Alan King said, I envy a haircut. They're all shut in the UK. I cut my own. This is not a hard haircut to do.
Well, I got DOS being running on that Pi, and I installed my keyboard tray, so.
Well, at least you got something done. Zach built the rover.
Yeah.
I
Tortured
I
the
ate a
guy.
snack bar and read chat.
And I also tortured a guy.
Oh, and you tortured a guy. So, but yes, it is now 6:29, and we should wrap it up.
Wait, wrap what up?
You're not streaming, right?
No.
All right. So Xander's not streaming today. He has been doing Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sunday nights, but tonight he doesn't really feel like it. But you can find him at Twitch TV, Peg Leg Paul _ Peg Leg Paul _ There it is. So if you want to go and harass him on a regular basis, he would appreciate that. That's really all I got. I probably won't have any videos out this week. Last week was absolutely horrific with work, and I think this week is going to be equally as bad. So chances are I won't have anything out, but that's nothing new. You got anything? Anything going on? How's your YouTube channel going?
I don't have one.
Oh, it's probably going
I
better
need
than
one,
mine
though.
then.
But I need one though.
You need one?
Yeah.
I doubt you do, but
What?
See what you started?
what's that?
Do you see what you started by saying that?
Yeah, you think you need one, but once you have one, you realize how much work it is, and then you're just like,
What if it's a gaming channel? It's fine.
no.
Oh,
I was,
channel. Nobody's done that yet.
It's
well, that's what
video
I was
games.
telling Xander. I said, the hardest thing that you're going against is that there's a bazillion people already doing what you're doing. Like you need a, I call it a niche, but I guess it's pronounced niche.
You need a hook.
What's that?
You need some sort of hook. If
Yeah.
you're gonna break into something that already exists. But
Right. My hook was that I had Xander doing 3D printing stuff, and then he grew up and got gangly and became a pain in the butt. So
now you got better than Xander.
Ellen said like a puppy. Right. You got to have a puppy. Teach the cat how to play video games, and I bet your channel will skyrocket.
Yeah.
Somebody's already done that.
No, you teach the cat how to do law.
How to do what?
How to do law. How to
Law?
practice law. Remember the lawyer? Kick back to last week when we were talking about it?
Yeah, yeah. So, but
I'm not a cat.
You know.
I don't know. I have created Fun King Garage on YouTube. There's nothing on there. I don't even think I have an avatar set up yet. But I wanted to get some age before I really do anything with it. But I can smell dinner. It's definitely time to shut this down. So that brings us to the point at the end of every show where I say thank you to each and every one of you guys for being here, because without you, these streams would be quite senseless. We had 2 winners today. Poppy Ron was winner for being first. Bragging rights of being first. And Bob wins. It was Bob, right?
Yep.
Bad with names. Bob wins bragging rights for being right on the keyboard. And if you guys want to win some actual prizes, feel free to find us a sponsor. But
We're just the right amount of desperate.
right, absolutely. And don't forget to shop at printedsolid.com, where you can buy cool things like Duet 3D boards and Bondtech extruders.
And they cost money.
Well, yeah, they cost money. Stuff's not free, man. What do you think? Like Dave's rich and just gives everything away?
Sometimes.
I don't know anymore.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really do appreciate you guys. Thanks to Mark for throwing down the $10 US. And at some point, James and I are going to figure out something fun to do with that money. Like, we might just buy ourselves fancy hats. But, all right, that's enough of that.
No.
So, but that's all we got for you today. And until next time, as always,
High five.
on.
Thumbs up.